Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show panel discussion time. Very happy to be here because the first hour was fire. What's up, Samo? I am going to say, hey, what's up, Samo? What's up, Aussie, Sarah, OB2, Tim? Everybody is showing back up. Thanks, everybody, for coming back to the panel. If you caught the first hour, I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing it. It was great. Man, goes to show what just a little bit of preparation can do for a whole show. Love it. And yeah, we went over I went over a bunch of stuff. That was so cool. And like, man, I should have gone over more of the book deal thing because these people just want to sell books. That's what the end of it all means, is sell books or watch videos or even the Y-Files. They started out kind of dumb, but they're better now. I really like the way he does his stuff, right? And I have to keep reminding everyone, still not demons, okay? Not demons. Aliens are not demons. Demons are demons. Aliens aren't the same guys, okay? Just because you're scared of them doesn't make them demons. Oi, I will never stop. I need to. Yep. What I say? What I say? Still not demons. I checked. So, if anybody needs clarification on that, refer to the banner and the post it and everything. Not demons. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, I got links are out. I have 2 links out. I'm hoping Raven shows up. That would be great to talk to her. And go ahead and click in if you would. Uh, Lynn. Go ahead and click in if you would, Lynn. You're set for the first hour. And yeah, definitely not demons. It is such a silly idea that aliens are demons. It makes me want to troll them so bad, even with more than just one little YouTube show. I want to go walk in front of the courthouse with a sign that's saying, aliens are not demons, wearing this shirt. I just want to make a big sign that says that. I want to blow that up real big. Not demons. Thanks for lurking, Samo. You know what, Samo? You are a great moderator and you're a great part of the show, man. I tell you. And you get out there. You get out there and you talk to all these people, and I'm glad you bring that back with you. Keep it up. Great work, bro. So, yeah, went over all that stuff. And I didn't get to talk about spirit guides because it wasn't really part of it tonight. I threw it in there because you never know, but it didn't come up, so that's fine. And David Huggins has his own. His links will be in the show, both of these shows, after I'm done, like tomorrow or the next day. I know no one ever wants to check on the links later, but that's just how it is able to be done. And sound check, everybody. Can everybody hear me? I have one. I have one sound check. Sound check. How do I sound? Give me a sound check, please. Now I gotta wait 20 seconds for y'all to tell me. Sound check. Sound check. I sounded good? Okay. Hey, Human Jim. Sounds good. Yes, sir. We hear you. Alrighty, then I will take that one down. Welcome back, Human Jim. So, yeah, I'm going to format this hour with me, Raven, and Lynn being kind of like the intense part of the show, and then we're going to dial it down because I got some fun stuff to talk about too, right? And I wanted the first hour to be like hard hitting, impactful, but not fear mongering, right? So I don't know who's going to show up. Links have been passed, links are out. So hopefully they get them and they show up. Else, I will be continuing the first hour of the show because, well, it is a pretty deep topic. We could explore the web pages. I can't show videos. There's too much lag, right? I don't have a cable connection. I have a cell phone connection. And even though it's a good cell phone connection, it's still a cell phone connection. And yep, welcome. I wanted to welcome back Human Jim. Thanks for being a member, dude. Thanks for coming on. Okay, let me I'll get a link. Didn't work. Okay, let me go back and send another one. Yeah, people still aren't okay, that second link is there. I should be hearing a little pop any moment now. Hopefully that one works. I want to see the T-Rex video. I got to see that. I got to see that one. Yeah, AI can be our friend if we want it to be our friend. Okay, found it. I think Dino Shaw. And I'm going to watch that, right? Let me see if I can watch it here. I don't know. I'm going to try. Why not? Let's just watch it over on YouTube. It's wanting to watch in a Google. That's not going to work. Nobody's clicking in. Did that link not work? But I'm going to. Let's see now. Probably won't be able to hear the sound. Important. Is this the one? Is it showing? Okay. Well, I could see it, but let me. It's interesting. It's good. It looks like a Japanese. Looks like that Star Wars cartoon. Hello, Lynn. Welcome back to the Quantum Panel.
Hi, Nathan. How are you doing tonight?
I am apparently on fire.
I thought that last
you were
show
there
was
for
great.
Thank you. I thought it was. I tried a different kind of honey tonight. I put
Your
Manuka honey.
energy's up.
Yeah, I put Manuka honey in it tonight. And then earlier, I put Manuka honey in it. It's like really super expensive from New Zealand
Oh yeah,
or
that
something.
stuff's amazing. It's very healing.
Yeah, well, I tried it and I just feel great. Now I'm starting to just feel hyper excited with the regular honey and the coffee. I mean, it's still good, but
Well, Manuka honey, you can put that on diabetic wounds, which can be quite awful.
Yeah.
And they will heal, even though maybe something else doesn't help.
Right. Well,
So,
I'm going to stick to it's expensive, but it's
oh yeah,
I mean, I saw the events, the happenings, the effects for an hour, and I'm still feeling it, so I'm sticking to it, you
yeah.
know?
If you've got something internally that you need to rebalance, that stuff's fabulous. You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay. Storm fixed that problem with the bunny ears. So
Bunny ears?
bunny ears, the mouse ears.
Okay.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Fluff bunny
Okay.
ears. I don't know. I'm hardly
Yeah.
a fluff bunny.
Yeah. Manuka honey is made in New Zealand and Australia. Yeah, I think mine
Right.
came from New Zealand, though I don't know. I got it on Amazon.
Just it's a really clean product,
Mm.
and when that's one use for it. I mean, you'll see it in beauty creams quite often, and
Mhm.
things that are meant to enhance beauty
Yeah, and
because it fills lines. What it does.
right. Something else is I was looking for like a plastic spoon because I wanted to give that a run, talking about how metal kills the enzymes. Well, I found this wooden spoon that I got from Rise Coffee. By the way, Rise Coffee is gross. It's not even coffee. It's like drinking from the dirtiest water hose you've ever drank from. That's what it tastes like. It is so
I'm
gross.
looking at that and thinking something don't feel good. I took out
Yeah,
my pendulum and said, "What do you think of this?" And they said, "No." I mean, really swung.
yeah. That
Don't
stuff.
do it.
One reviewer said it tastes like vomit, and it's true. If vomit came out of a water hose in the 80s, that's been
Oh,
sitting in the sun for like a week,
oh,
that never got drained out. That's what it tasted like. I threw it. I spent
oh,
so
Nathan.
much on that stuff, and I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
this is like I feel like I got bait and switched. So I just threw it away. I didn't even care.
You
I
know,
just didn't even care.
our mouth knows if something tastes really bilious, don't take
Yeah,
it.
I've used
If it's
there's
bitter,
there right, there are 2 kinds of, mushroom coffee that I will drink, and neither of them are that, right?
okay.
It's really good. The mushroom stuff is really it's nowhere near as potent as that, but you can stand it, right?
What was you trying to drink that for?
I fell for the hype, and it was, like,
So
very
what was the hype?
the hype was, "You'll feel healthier. It's so good for you. You'll belong to the crowd of healthy people." It's a very Apple-esque type of advertising,
Oh, you
and,
mean those who spend their day in the bathroom, huh?
I can only hope that was the result. I don't
No,
know.
I hope nothing worse than that.
Yeah, I
That
hope
just sounds really awful.
yeah, it's I am not a proponent for Rise Coffee. They are, at best, they're over an overstrong additive for anything else. It's like drinking weird ass barbecue sauce. You know? You don't drink barbecue sauce by itself. It's not its own thing. You
Mm,
add something else, right? And this stuff, at best, it's an additive where half a teaspoon you won't taste it, but you'll get the benefits, right? In something else.
Tim wants to know if it tripped. Listen, dude, if it tasted that bad, you don't want to trip on that.
No, it did not make me trip.
I mean, give me a cherry pie or something. I'll
I
trip
mean,
on
after
that.
I
But
tasted it, I
sweet.
wanted to fall on my face. If you want to trip like that, like trip over. I was like, my mom opened it and well, I sent it to my mom and sister's house, right?
I
She,
know what he meant, Sarah. Thanks.
yeah, I know, me too. No,
I'm trying to keep it very PG
oh, it's fine.
PG at least R. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the NC-17
Yeah,
section of the
yeah, yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
We can say the F word a couple times
I might get
if we
away
want
with it.
to,
Yeah, but
but
we start talking this stuff. You gotta
yeah. And
watch that pretty close.
you know what? I had a dude come up to me. I was talking about now y'all know I have been through a bunch of these experiences, okay? And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have. It's happened. The I'm not going to list them out. We've gone over it. I was at the Legion yesterday, and this 20-something-year-old dude, I was talking to him. I was wearing the Stargate shirt. He commented on it. He's like, "Yeah, I love sci-fi." I'm like, "Yeah, me too." And tried to talk, right?
Hmm.
And he was always saying, "I wish somebody had some weed." I'm like, "Well, we don't do nothing for me." So, this like all he wanted to do was smoke weed. I'm like, "Okay, well, cool." And we tried to talk about Stargate and the movies, and he wanted to talk about Skyrim. Well, haven't played it. Okay,
Hmm.
apparently it's a medieval role playing game, and he linked that with science fiction. And it's a stretch to link it with Skyrim to science fiction, right? It's like more like Lord of the Rings is fantasy, right? Not sci-fi, but fantasy. But he wanted to talk about Skyrim. He goes, "Oh yeah, 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 it's so great, and you could do this and frost giants." And I'm like, "And frost tigers." And I'm like,
Oh my.
I wish I could understand what you're talking about, but I haven't played the thing. Hey, Renee. Renee is in the house. Thank you for coming
You
back,
know,
Renee.
Tim's right. It is after 10. Who cares?
Mhm. Yep.
It's only about 9:30 here,
Well,
but
it's after 10
it's
somewhere. It's after 10
listen. If
here.
you're day or not in bed, you need to get tough. No Cheerios in the morning. Something.
But like he was wanting to, and I said, yeah, a couple of my friends did things like ayahuasca and mushrooms, and he started preaching to me about how I wasn't ready, and and he got like real close to me. I'm like, dude, I'm like, hey,
Well, that's
and
a little cheeky.
yeah, as I was listening to him, I was looking at him. And now all the people there that know me know I've told them all, right? And by the way, I'm no crazier than any of them. Okay. My stories are no crazier than any of theirs. And so I've told them about it. I have a cup with an alien and a spaceship on it and my sticker. So I leave it up there for me. I put a sticker on the alien mug and not one like this, but the one from Amazon, the metal one. And they all see me drinking out of it. They see the alien, they see the little quantum show thing, and I'm like, they always ask me about it. But this guy had never seen that before, and he had never heard of
He tells you all about what you should be doing. How
right. And
fascinating.
he told me I wasn't ready. I'm like, he says, "Are you secure enough to have all your anxiety pushed in your face?" I'm like, "It's called shadow work." I didn't get angry with him, but I said, "Yeah, what you talking about is shadow work." Kind of where the way I look at it.
It
And
is. He's right.
right, and he was not I don't know what angle he was coming from. Like I guess from
Hostile angle from a parent.
well, from an inexperienced angle because apparently I have like 25 years
Yeah.
on him of doing this weird stuff. Oh, by the way, had some
How
ghost
did you know?
activity earlier. Huh?
Oh, really?
just a little bit. Like I've told you about the little alien toy that I have that kept getting
Mhm.
knocked over. That the kid didn't like it. Well, apparently they really he really likes Wall-E, right? Because this got knocked over from a stable sitting position, and I heard it. I was getting coffee, and I heard a smash of a crash from the other room, and it was this thing hitting the floor. Great, he broke it. No, he didn't break it. It's $5, so it's probably broken, bought, bought broken.
Tim
But
comes up. This is a good concept here, and very plausible. I think there was a stoned ape theory of human consciousness in some anthropology circles. Is something about how we ate a fungus and may have had an awakening of the neocortex, made speech possible.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you've ever
Um,
watched a bunch of apes or any of that sort of thing, uh, most animals have some form of communication process.
yeah, we just don't understand it. The islands where these anthropologists they went and they showed them how to use to peel an orange or something like that, and instead of biting it straight
Mhm.
up, they showed them how to. Oh, I don't remember the exact what they did, but then all the islands where they couldn't get to each other like miles apart, right? They
Mhm.
all knew how to do it. They all knew how to do this thing that they showed them how to do, and they were not. They were uncontacted, right? And
Interesting.
he's also saying it made speech possible. Yeah, the stoned ape theory.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe it.
And I don't
It's a
disbelieve it.
yeah, the mutation, right?
Yeah,
And it's not a it's a well, you could say it's a natural mutation because we're in the they were in the environment
yeah.
and they weren't being interfered with by others, right?
Well, and we human beings apparently stood side by side with Denisovians. Am I saying it right?
Yes,
And
Denisovians,
Neanderthal.
Neanderthals,
You
right?
know, and there's
Oh,
three different um
genomes.
yeah. And how did
But
we end up being the only ones who could speak? Maybe we didn't. Maybe we
right,
weren't the only ones.
right, that's something else. The ultra terrestrials. The this is why I say there's a breakaway civilization out there somewhere that say, we're not going back to Earth with them mudslingers. And we're the ones, right? They're like, nope,
Well,
we're
very
out.
possible.
We're out. And I think it was the Aztec and the Maya. They said, nope, we're out. We're not going back. And Obi2 is saying 100th monkey discovery. Yeah.
I
What's up?
don't know what that means.
Um, I'm gonna okay, it's a theory. Let me find a link for it. Oh, come on, I can't type.
I will say this: if I teach my pup a trick, and with her, it only takes 2-3 times to catch on to an idea.
Right.
She's a smart little girl, and shucks, she was bossing the boys earlier, telling them what to do, and herding them out to the kitchen so they could go out to the back. And
Right.
she wanted to go out. They didn't. She did.
I found
Long story with women.
I found the 100th monkey effect, and this is from Wikipedia, right? I know it's hard to read, so I'm just gonna read it out, right?
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
I'm gonna read it out. The 100th monkey effect is an esoteric idea. I don't think they were using the word esoteric, right? Esoteric idea claiming that a new behavior or idea is spread rapidly by unexpected means from one group to all related groups once a critical number of members of one group exhibit the new behavior or acknowledge the new idea. The
That's a
behavior,
way of saying I don't know how they spread it.
right? It's the quantum link. It's our quantum link.
Oh,
The behavior, in my little estimation, the behavior was said to propagate even to groups that are physically separated and have no apparent means of communicating with each other.
right,
Thank you, OB2. This will be in the show after, right?
right. And links.
Links. So yeah, I try to save all these things because it's
Well,
really
it's hard for somebody listening in afterwards to know what you're talking about. To be able to go look at something like that.
right.
Pretty important.
Yep. And I guess I should remember to say this. YouTube tells me to. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. Of all the cat videos on the internet, you ended up here. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoy what you see and you take something from it.
Are we a
Reality
cat video?
That's just, there are two very popular topics on the internet, and one of them is cat
Oh,
videos.
no, I know. Look up kitty pictures. I get it.
Right. Cat
Mhm.
videos, and they're here instead.
And YouTube doesn't go along with other kinds of cat pictures.
Right.
So
So
anyway,
funny
moving right
cat,
along.
funny
It's
cat
after 10
videos.
o'clock.
Yeah, and for Halloween, I'm doing my own thing. Me and Yet are doing our own thing, but we're also doing some Muggle stuff. I went ahead and I got a 10-foot inflatable alien holding a cow. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a 10-foot alien holding a cow. I bought they're on Amazon, and don't buy them at the grocery store. They're like $100. This was like $30. But I got that, and I'm gonna put it up out at her place.
I'm trying to get myself together here.
He's holding a
That's
cow.
hilarious. That is just too hilarious.
I love it.
That
And
we have found ourselves in the last 6 years to be the house to come to for anybody's child who is disabled, has seizures, needs special diet. Because I hand out fruit roll-ups, the little fruit leathers.
yeah,
And we're the only house that seems to do so. And it's really important to children who can't experience, chocolate and sugar and stuff to be able
right.
to have something like this. So
Right.
that's what we do.
Okay.
And my
Well,
son always dresses up and hands out candy.
yeah, I don't do candy because it actually gets expensive after a while, and there are a
Oh, it
bunch.
does.
So yeah, my sister bought like $170 worth of candy last year. I'm not going to do that. Right. I'm not going to do
At
that.
this house, when it's gone, it's gone. I have X amount of dollars to spend on this, and when it's over, it's over.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And it's I could go insane on it, I suppose, but I simply cannot make my budget work like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to even try. I mean, $30 on a blow up alien. Oh yeah, I
Hi,
keep it.
South Cal. Well, I'm at it. Hi, everybody. Hi, Samo. Hi, Tim. I think I
Hey,
saw
so
Rachel
Cal,
and Renee, and I saw Human and
Human Jim,
Aussie and
Samo, Sarah,
yeah, Sarah,
Renee,
of course, Renee
OBG.
and Rachel, and holy cow, we got a lot of people in here tonight.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, SoCal. It was a toss up for me to get either Bigfoot or the 10-foot blow up alien. It was a toss up because
Oh,
they have one.
how
This
could you
is
not get both?
I
You have a
self
budget.
control. I have to have self control. So, but
So you
Bigfoot
got
was just
that one. Next check, right?
next time. Next check. Bigfoot, the Bigfoot thing was just the classic pose of that was it. But this guy's
Yeah.
holding a cow wearing a blue
Well,
robe.
that was too good to let go of. And you do pictures, and the whole mess, and come April 1st, you got
Mhm.
another go at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, April 1st, I will have gotten the Bigfoot inflatable and I will put it on the side of my house in a heartbeat. I will walk around like I do the trail cam thing. I will walk around. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, like, what's up, big guy?" And just keep walking.
Well, I think that would be great. I
Yeah.
do. What a guess. John's
Speaking,
uh, John's
huh?
saying that he's going to get a mannequin and one of those uh, flop-eared hats.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And a big cigar and a hose, and he's going to put a bathrobe on this thing and borrow the neighbor's RV. And I'm like,
I
oh
know that. That's
dear
a meme.
God,
I
you
know
know,
that meme.
would
Shitter's
that
full.
be would that be a hoot?
I thought about. I went on Temu. I shouldn't have gone on Temu, but I went on Temu,
Oh, I
and
know that's addictive.
um, well, I was this close to getting like a 12 pack of the 4-foot skeletons and a 12 pack of this plastic 4-foot skeletons, right? And putting them all. They do not let us decorate for Halloween here. It is,
Paper?
huh?
Where don't they? At work or at
At
home?
home on the
Hmm.
outside. It's a church house, so I just like they don't want any of
Oh,
that.
the whole harvest idea. I get it.
You're right. They
So
don't want
you
any of
can
that.
always slap them with a lawsuit for not allowing your religious viewpoint.
Well, I'm not going to push it for $300.
No,
You know, I'm
it's thrown
going to
out.
leave it alone. I'm going to deal with it.
There's nothing to do about that. And
No,
so, how are you getting away with this UFO
the
alien?
alien. Oh, I'm taking it out to my sisters.
Oh, okay.
The Bigfoot. They're very apt to accept Bigfoot around here. It's Tennessee after all, right? Sam was
Okay.
saying I saw one of a fisherman hanging from a bridge with a big fish on his tush, a doll. Yeah, and I've seen a few like that.
That's cute.
It's hilarious. All the things for Halloween are getting so good. There's this guy. He put up a mannequin, and it's like a windshield wiper where the legs go like this, and he's like hanging on the side of the house with the lights.
like
He's like,
the Santa Claus business.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
except
yeah.
Halloween. I love
Yeah.
it.
I've got a neighbor who puts up his Halloween stuff, and he adjusts it slightly so that it's Christmas in the next
Right.
breath, you know. And it
I love
really
when
is.
people do that. I love when people do that.
I like
Um,
lights. I think that's my favorite Christmas color. is the Christmas lights. But it's you were talking about addictions, and we were talking about the fear mongering and that stuff.
Oh,
Fear is an addiction. It
yeah.
is a temporary hormonal high that adrenaline gets socked on you, and you get it gets so that you don't know what to do without it.
Right. And okay, it is such a primal instinct for us to just be scared
Yeah.
that it gets used all the time. So, Woo Riders, thanks
Well,
for coming
and
back, man.
apply to all sorts of things, whether it's oh my gosh, I might have BO, to oh my gosh, I've got a wart on my
Yeah.
hand. Oh,
Or,
perish the thought.
yeah. And then all this, it's all fear.
Yeah.
And I am not. And it's like, okay, Raven said that David Icke is not a fearmonger. That's all people want to hear. That's all they want to hear about. And
They want their
it's
next hit.
it's the splash. It's
Hmm.
the excitement
Thrill.
of the story, the
The
thrill
thrill.
of the
Yeah.
fear. And it's like, no,
This
he
is not a
isn't.
roller coaster. This is real.
Right. He isn't a fearmonger. However,
I never
that
thought he was.
no, he just I don't know if it's his producers or his editors or what, but that's what's on the cover of the books is the scary stuff. And
Well, who break it down. Who's the one who designs a cover? Okay, usually an artist who's told how to put together that that cover. Okay, make
mhm,
this thing scary, sensational, so that people
make
will
this
buy
thing
it.
attractive. And that's
Yeah,
what yeah, the
what
excitement.
I've gone through the newspaper. Well, newspaper. All right, news. A half a dozen times this week. Every single time, something to titillate, frighten,
Yeah.
uh, somebody else's business, and an old business at that. I mean, I'm sorry, I really don't care if Prince Andrew spends the rest of his days at the lodge. I don't care, you know.
Yeah, it's all a distraction. All
Yeah,
that stuff and it's so many distractions it's become like a sport or some like just the regular thing to do. And that's something else with the books, right?
yeah, right.
When somebody comes out with a book, it is what is expected, you know? Hell, I'm gonna write a book one of these days, but I'm not right now. I am gonna write a book. I'm probably gonna write a couple of books, you know? I'm probably gonna take my own advice and write up one like I suggested to Keith that he take the stories and make small books out of them, not a big book, but a small book. And like my life in Rome, my because he has all those past lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't mix them up with the other ones and make it be like
They're
uh
two different genres.
well a standalone book all by itself, you know?
Yeah.
And that way people because what I don't like is having to buy these big books, right? I like having a shelf full of things. I got a shelf full right now of different things. Mm, and I like being able to focus on something without the interference of another story. You know what I mean?
I
Like
understand.
I try to do it here. Like I will focus on a story like the interstate portal jump thing that that happened to me.
Right.
I'm not gonna talk about the Mantis guys or the other stuff that's happened to me or the people coming back from the dead. I ain't get or the ghosts in the graveyard. I'm gonna stick to the interstate story. And one thing at a
Or
time.
maybe a book full of those stories.
Right.
You know.
That's the omnibus. That would be the compendium, the omnibus, whatever. But I like having many, right? It's like, I don't know, the comic book guy in me. I sometimes I do want the nice big compendium of like 100 issues, but I also like the individual ones. It's just the comic book collector in me, and I'm going to be doing that, but not yet. I'm nowhere near ready to do that.
Yeah.
I've got growing and learning and experience to do, and I will be writing books,
And give
but
yourself a little bit more time.
yeah, no time like close. I mean, did you
Excuse me.
sneeze? Oh,
I did.
bless you. But no time close am I going to be doing anything like that. This is my publication. This is my publication right now.
Yeah.
And
When you're ready to do something like that, there's, when you've watched Keith, how Keith does it, and you'll be able to evolve it for yourself.
yeah, I've got a
I love
whole.
what Sarah's just put up here. It's hilarious. I have a pagan altar in my front yard that I burn offerings in often, and always wondering when someone's going to have the balls enough to stop and ask about it. I love it.
Yeah, I think she means like offerings like goats and not goats.
Hopefully, not the neighborhood
I
virgin.
meant not goats.
Too. I
I
mean,
meant
they're
like,
extinct.
like uh beans and like water,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not
You know,
goats. I said, can't believe I said goats. I
I
said it wrong, Sarah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start with goats. I meant to end with not goats, right? But like,
oh,
oh man,
Nathan, do you need crowbar?
do I need crowbar?
Do you need a crowbar? Get that foot out.
Yeah, I've been watching comedy,
That's
and it's
usually my.
all. I've been watching comedy and like stand-up comedians, and it's all about self-deprecating humor, right?
Oh yeah.
And I've been kind of leaning towards that self-deprecating humor,
Yeah,
and
I like an altar. I very seldom burn things in it, but I do have like uh personally I like to especially at Maybon, and of course we just celebrated Maybon here, the fall equinox. But I like to we make up in my family, we sit down and we talk about what happened during the year. If
mm,
some things happen that shouldn't have happened, we talk about how we're going to fix that going forward and how we want to prosper in the next year. And we each write a personal goal down and we burn that, an offering to the gods, you know.
that spell work manifestation.
Absolutely. And that this is absolutely a ritual that's gone on for thousands of years. A lot of people forget that paganism is rooted in agriculture,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
Um,
it is
uh,
the second harvest, with the last harvest being there at Sown. So
mhm.
when we do these things, it doesn't have no idea to it. There is a terrific amount of ideas to it. And, you know, when you adhere to some of those traditions, oh, well, like you, oh, there's a lot of overlapping traditions, going on
Thanksgiving.
at that time. Thanksgiving is as well, even
Thanksgiving
though,
is a big one. Thanksgiving is a national one,
yes, it is.
and it's not about. I mean, it is literally a manifestation celebration
Hmm. How well did we prosper this year? We prospered very well. We're
Oh,
having feasts. We're having a number of them. Think about it. You start with
right.
Samhain, Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Yule.
What is the first thing you do when you want to manifest something? Thank you for this.
Mhm.
It is a national manifestation holiday. I did a show on it. I think you were here for that one. I don't remember.
I don't remember that one.
I did a
You know,
show.
I might have been with most of our manifesting. Really does depend on a show of gratitude.
Hmm.
Thanksgiving first.
Right. And
Oh.
that is, it's been nationalized.
Hmm.
We're living in a spell work nation. I don't even care.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
No.
It actually is rather gratifying. We put up a Christmas tree. Most people don't realize that the decorating of a tree and all that dates way back,
Yeah.
long before any thought of nativity.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of traditions that overlap, and that's a good thing. I think that the uh, the intermingling of these things, normalizing them, is an absolutely wonderful thing.
Hmm.
Giving your children gifts at Christmas
Yeah.
to
The one thing
signify
that
prosperity coming up in the next year.
something that's weird is a weird anomaly of the traditions is elf on a shelf. Do you know how that works? Do you
Not
know?
really. It gives me the creeps.
Yeah, elf on a shelf. If anyone doesn't realize, right, it's kind of akin to the fairy, uh, the the tooth fairy, and that like the elf on a shelf is like manifestation of a trickster spirit. Okay, it
Ah,
really is. And the I mean, the kids are all like, "Well, the elf was over there, or the elf was over there last night," and the mom and dad goes and they move it around and they have it like in different spots, and it's like
yeah.
a family game. That's a manifestation of a trickster spirit. Okay, that's
I,
welcoming them into your home. Oh my God, get your cinnamon broom, please. You
please
know,
just stop it. I don't like
right?
it. I
Mom,
don't like it because a lot of it it's just as you say. I don't invite things into my house I don't want there.
right?
And
The cinnamon broom is a really good idea, people.
well, you open up a portal. If you do that, don't open something you don't know how to shut.
Right, I don't have no welcome mat.
You
I've
know.
got
Uh-uh.
something to scrape your feet, and, like the
I
cinnamon room tradition.
Yeah, I get somebody in a house I don't want there, and it gives me a ickies.
Yeah.
Cinnamon. I don't use the cinnamon broom though. I use salt.
Well, yeah, yeah, cinnamon room is I don't know, it's
Oh,
one of them things
it's a lovely thing. It's a good thing. Except I have one of my kids is severely allergic to cinnamon.
right,
So
well, that's
even
not the
having
only thing.
something like that in the house, is a bad idea.
Yeah,
But
oh, something. Oh, man. I want to salt around the house just to see who can't come in.
yeah, no matter where I live, at the beginning, at Samhain in particular, it's when I start this. Storm and I will put the wards up around the house. Now they're around it all year round, but this is when we reward it, recharge it, and what it's for, it's house protection.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah, there's a lot, like, you know, I don't know about anybody else, right? But I try to maintain it all the time, and I frequently I'm more meditating nowadays than not meditating because
Yeah.
I put myself in that state all the time. It's in the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's like shielding. The more you do it, the easier it is to go. Okay, SoCal's got to go. Good night, Good night, SoCal. I know work tomorrow. Me too, but my
Night, South
night
Carolina.
worker. They got those Bigfoot statues on Amazon. They got the yard Bigfoots on Amazon. So go hit it up, dude. They're not $30. They're a little more, but they
Yeah,
got
it's a little bit pricey. I saw at Sam's Club. They had a big ghoulie thing with screaming and all of that, and I'm like, I don't
yeah.
know
Those
about that.
things are. I
Then they had a couple of skeletons doing jazz. That was awesome. That was
yeah.
fun.
I went to Big Lots recently, and they had like a howling wolf thing for the side of your door,
Hmm.
and I thought that was pretty cool.
I got one of those.
I
I've
wanted
got
it to
I've got a
sound
chihuahua that just barks at her shadow.
better, but I wanted it to sound better. You know, they all sound like they're coming from a cheap phone speaker. I wanna I wanna make a good one, you know?
Oh. You know, YouTube has a number of wolf uh things you might be able to snatch a sound
Oh,
from
I
here
I
and there.
already know how to do it. I just gotta
Yeah,
do it, you know? I mean,
that's what I
there
mean.
are kits. There are kits on stuff. You program a USB programmable. It's basically like a memory card or a
Uh-huh.
USB drive, but it's not in the enclosure. It's just a circuit board, and you plug it into your computer. You drop the sounds in, and you push a button, or it you open a door and the light hits it, and it's a switch, and it plays the noise. But it plays it through a nice big loud speaker. Like for the longest time before I broke it by accident, I had one programmed with droid sounds, and every time I turn a light on, the droid would greet me with something, right? Like it was battle droids. So it was like, where are you going with those prisoners? Or that doesn't compute, or something, right? Something from Star Wars. And
So, and I didn't really say why salt. Salt is the universal purifier,
right,
and
right.
and generally speaking, you know, if you put salt across your threshold and don't forget your windowsills or your dryer vent, I know it sounds weird, but believe me, and you do that, something about salt, evil just doesn't like it.
Yeah, and I want to see my sister's place. At one point, I would go over there. This is maybe 2 years ago. She has done her own things thus far, right? But I would
Hmm.
go to the guest bathroom just when I got there because it's a long drive, and I would be there, and to my left is a shower, is the shower, and she's got the curtain, and it's a it's a working bathroom, right? You
Hmm.
could you could hear, not that. Sorry. You could hear shuffling noises, right? In the shower. And everybody else would be scared. Anybody else would be like, "Oh my god, it's a ghost." I'm like, "Huh." And
First
I
thing
was
I'd be
like,
looking for is a broken pipe with a mouse in it.
that's what I was looking for too, but it's a new house.
I'd
It's
still be
still
looking
new.
for a broken pipe.
Yeah, and I got her to show me under it. It's just dirt under there. And I looked and I was like, "What?" And how
There's no
and
foundation underneath there?
well, yeah, there's foundation, but they filled it in for like insulation purposes
What
with dirt.
about why dirt?
It works. It works really good, you know?
Okay, but it works really good for critters too.
Yeah. That's I don't know why. That's just the way it is right over there, right? I'm just reporting. Don't blame me.
Sorry,
um,
you know,
but
it
I
just
went. I went and I looked, and there's no place for it because it's like the tub has insulation or a little bit of insulation around it as well as being on top of dirt, and everything is all nicely buttoned up, and there's like, and she did her salt and everything, but there was something moving around inside the tub, like you could hear it like that in the tub, and the curtain would move, and I'm like, a lot of people would be scared, but I've done this a while. I've seen the scary stuff. So instead
Yeah.
of that, I just reached out, right? Used my special circuitry and reached out, and I got the feeling fed back to me of surprise and run away, and
Security.
they ran away, and it ran away. It left. And I told her about it later. She goes,
Yeah.
"Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, but don't worry about it, right?" It's uh when I confronted it, she was like, "You confronted it?" I'm like, it's not as dramatic as you think it would be, right? It's not like, you know, I'm here to slay the
Not,
dragon. No, it's like, "Hey,
not
you."
a Hammer film. It'll be okay.
Right. It's not like that. It's not like I went after it with a blessed axe or something. No, I just was like, "Hey, you,
You have your
what are you?"
little silver cross, and
And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And it just was like, I felt it, no words, right? Just surprise and the urgency to run away. And it ran away. I'm, I encountered it stayed in the tub, right? And there's nothing to blow the curtains. There's no windows, no fans running. There's no outlet for the air conditioner in that bathroom. It's just an exhaust fan and
yeah,
it was turned off.
there is a drain.
Right,
Mm,
there is a drain, but it's to a septic system. And it's not to like an open sewer where, and they got all that taken care of, right? All that
or-
stuff is buttoned up to code. It works well. Everything's sealed up.
okay,
And yeah, and it went,
you should be fine then.
yeah, it never left. Now, this is the same place where every time she goes outside, a cat follows her around, not because the cat wants something, as an escort. And that cat knows what's up. That cat was escorting her around for the Fae to leave her alone.
No,
I'm not even joking. I'm not even
no,
joking. She told me
no, no.
that.
I get it. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Right. She
No,
is.
I'm the last person to laugh about that stuff. You
No,
know?
right. But I'm not like for the listening audience. I'm
Yeah.
not joking.
No.
This one cat would escort her. The cat didn't even want to be pet. Just walking around with her within like just staying whenever she went somewhere. When she was weeding, you know how cats hate machinery. Well, this cat was around her when she was weed eating. That's a dedicated guardian, right?
I'd say
And
so. Or was hoping to avoid startle a mouse here or there.
right, right. But the cat stayed with her when she was weed eating, when she's pulling weeds, or when she's gardening, or whatever she's doing, feeding critters, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that cat escorted her all the way around her place. And she goes, "You know what, Nathan, you're right. There's something here." I'm like, "Yeah, you got Faye." Because I, s- I debunked it, but it didn't stop it from being manifested anyway. That I took the dicyanin on a camera like I do, right? I took it over to her house and I was watching, and something seemed to look out of a barn. Go.
Mhm.
It wasn't, right? What she did, I put it on YouTube, right? What she
Mhm.
did, she put it on the big screen like Shingoji does, and he examined it on a big screen. It was not a critter, but it got them thinking about it. It
Mhm.
really, everybody was like, "We
What
are
I
watching
know
that
about
barn."
Faye
We
and
Yeah,
elves to
huh?
fit in a thimble and have some room. I don't know that much about them.
What's that? No, sorry. What did you say?
What I know about fae and elves, you could fit into a thimble and have room. I don't know much about them.
Well, these nature spirits, right?
Oh yeah,
Um, what in her case, they inhabit the land and they like her because she embraces the love of the land, right?
right.
She does sacrifices, and it's like not so much sacrifice, but more offerings, right? She does her offerings, and yeah, he's around. I still talk. He
Sort of,
comes to the show
sort of
some.
like what I do. I'll put out after I've done uh, worship. I'll put an apple out for the wee ones. You know,
Yeah,
well, the wee ones can encompass a lot of different things.
right. Those are the same guys. Those are the Fae
Hmm.
over there. Those are the Fae. And you know what? This is the first hour. Now I've got to redo links. Now comes the fun stuff, right? I sent the message over. I'm now comes the fun stuff. I want to get Keith over here.
I don't know if you're gonna get Keith or not. Did he respond to you?
Yeah, he'll do his best to make it. I wanted Raven to come over, but she didn't come over. Okay, she's busy, I guess.
Yeah, cats do an awful lot of familiaring. What people don't realize is a dog can be a familiar. Uh, Weasels, on certain occasions, can be. Let's just say ferrets. Gee whiz.
Oh yeah, animal companions are. We are no stranger to animal companions here. We all have them. And little boy wants to so badly be my animal companion. The gray one, the space cat.
Hmm.
He wants to so badly, but there's no way I can't have any animals around here. All I can have are robots and stuffed animals and things
That
in
makes it hard.
furry.
You
Yeah,
know, though, someday you'll be able to have your own place and you'll have whatever creature you'd like.
yeah, that's part of the fun stuff because there's a chance in 2 years I may be getting a different place or more. Same area, but I may be getting a different place. And
Well,
things
you
would
have
be,
my best wishes on that.
thank you, things would be very different in the best of ways, right?
Yeah.
And, but that's at least 2 years away because there is a ton of paperwork
Oh,
that
yeah.
needs to be gone through, not even on my end. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not going to say anything
Just
more.
be patient with it. It'll come.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to ruin anything or get my own hopes up. So there's that. Okay. Uh Now I want to do second hour fun stuff time because I can.
Why not? You can do what
Fun
you
stuff
want to do.
time. I have gotten a little bit back into my hobbies, toy modding and things like that. And well, I showed you one. I picked up this little, it's a cheap Wally, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just goes forward and backwards at a turn, tries to, but and it's very little articulation. Like these hands are supposed to go like that and tuck up. Well, it doesn't. Okay. And he doesn't make any noises, which would be awesome, but whatever. I picked him up. He's $5. He's a robot. Yes, please. And oh, I did pick up something neat. This is for the research purposes, but it's fun. It's a golfing
Sorry, the
range.
first half wasn't fun for you, Tim. I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, it's just a different kind of fun. Oh, he's being sarcastic. He's being sarcastic.
Okay.
He is being sarcastic. I know, Tim.
It's text. It just doesn't translate very well.
Right, you got to know Tim, and I do. And if he says something like that, he's being sarcastic.
Okay.
But yeah, this is for me. It's a rangefinder for golfing, right? Also for use in paranormal research. If I need to find out how far something is,
Uh-huh.
in order to focus, like I don't know, a laser communication device, I can do it better with this thing. That's thanks Timu, and I did show you the 10-foot blow up alien. Love this stuff. And I got 2 new additions to the robot family. Hold on.
Yes, we're gonna get some robot things. Trying to peek around the corner. It's not working out for me.
Actually, 3 additions to the robot family, right?
Okay.
And these are just for fun, and they're getting me back into the spirit of doing it, right? I got one of these guys. Now, he is just another version of this guy who's almost a mascot here, right? This guy's almost a mascot here. Okay. And they're basically the
The brother.
same critter, okay? But
They're brothers.
right. There's those 2, and I went out. I just kind of, I love robotics, right? And there's those guys, the little gray guy. Well, I found this one. Now he runs on wheels that look like treads.
Okay.
This guy runs on treads that are treads. These are real treads.
Oh.
And it's just a couple of extra functions, but
Oh, that's fun.
they all start like that, right? 1, turn them on. Okay. And
I like things like that.
okay. They all start the same. They're clones. They're just clones, right?
They're cute.
But that's okay. And I got
You're yelling about Transformers, against the world, and I'm like, well, Bumblebee's cute.
Yeah, I like Bumblebee. But also another one that I got that is not like those guys, but he still is. And he's a lot more noisy until you turn the remote on. And it doesn't play the same notes as this guy.
Uh-huh.
He is marketed as a robot dog, but this is very far from the rain tree and the very far, right? I will have to get the remote for this thing because I do want to demo this a little bit, right? So
he looks like he's a lot of fun.
He is frustratingly fun. Hold on.
our thoughts on sigil magic, Woo? What do you want to know?
Okay, stop. He has 2 remotes, and
Well, I'm just answering Woo. A thought on sigil magic. Sigils have gone on for thousands of years.
okay,
The latest one, really, at this point in time, the most used sigil right now is the cross. Although that evolved from the sun cross that was used basically to here's the light, This is used similarly to when you look at the old vampire films where the sunlight boils into the room, and of course the hero of the thing is waving a cross. That goes back a long time to using a sigil to ward off evil magic and to ward off evil, period. And the sun cross was used, but it's also been used in current times as a simple blessing, the sign of the cross. So
yeah,
when
okay,
you do that, that echoes that particular sigil. I don't know. You were talking about intentions. Just wondered if I had experience. Yeah, I've used it. I have, and to good advance. It's really been all right. Sigil magic is also used during ritual to signify the bringing down the goddess or the god, and to use also as above, so below. And when you put them together, you have the 6-pointed star. So that puts some of that together.
right. You went to the advanced lesson. Sorry, this is the little hand controller for this. You jumped to the advanced lesson for this guy who's not advanced. Okay, let me back it up.
Well, he asked me if I had experience. I have.
Well, thoughts on Sigil Magic, and we had Keith is here.
Hey, hi, Keith.
Hey, how we doing?
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's the fun hour. I'm showing robots, right? Let me this thing came with a hand controller, not AI. Don't worry. Right? Backs up. Turn.
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to figure out where you are.
What's up?
If you don't mind me, I'm just trying to figure out where you are.
Where we are?
Well, I can hear you, but I can't find there we are. Couldn't figure out which tab we were on.
Oh,
got it.
Oh. Yeah. Lynn had just spoken about a kind of an advanced sigil feature to someone who was asking about our thoughts on sigil magic, and I'm going to bring us back a few lessons, right? What you said
I
was
heard
good.
the explanation.
Yeah, what you said was good, but you gotta understand our crowd, right? he didn't understand the context of what you were talking about. Okay. Hold on, turn this thing off.
Yeah, we got time for fun and explaining.
Who doesn't understand it?
Who
doesn't?
Woo Riders, you're right.
A sun cross is a simple straight arm cross. There's no length to it on either end.
Right, and it can mean
it has a circle around it.
Right. But he's talking about sigil magic, like I don't think he's talking. See, that takes a context, in kind of like the ritualistic side of stuff, and
sometimes,
right, and It can be used for a bunch of stuff, like the Knights Templar use a modified one of those,
Yes.
and he was talking about, or not, he was talking about, but my experience with it from a very beginner perspective, right, is runes, right? Now, I don't mean throwing stabs. That's runes too, and you use your subconscious. No, I'm talking about the stuff you buy at the bookstore, Barnes and Noble. It's a little book with a bag of clay
Stones.
runes.
Yeah,
Stone.
clay tablets that have different signs drilled into them.
Right, and they have meanings based on the book you're reading, and this is like uh very beginner stuff, right?
Oh yes.
What sigil, right? Sigils for someone who is not very versed in this stuff is when you take, you can do this, yeah, and you can do your runes like that on a door, on a wall,
You can.
right? You can use your magic wand right here,
Right.
and they sell these for like $1.25. Here's the other kind of magic wand.
Yeah. Yeah.
The power of Sharpie compels
Well,
you,
the
and you can
pen
like
is mightier than the sword.
right, put this. I have done this. I did a blessing on a building and they painted it over. That doesn't undo it. That conceals it, but it's still there. Just I know it's there, and it's still there as far as I know, unless they knock the building down, which they might have. Well,
with what Lue was trying to ask about is so broad that
yeah,
sigil magic varies from tradition to tradition, as well as religion to religion, and you know we have a simple gang sign of
yeah,
a
sigil.
yeah, horns up.
Right. There's all kinds of and from the more beginner perspective, is you can make up your own sigils. We have done that as a society. Here's one.
When you arrange a political finger towards an opponent, are you not telling him how it's going to go?
Right. There is a sigil. That is literally a sigil.
Mm-hmm.
It's called techno witchery or whatever word you want. There's no real word for it right now, right? And
yeah, and I can see where they would use it for a card game or something like that, a card deck. Do I use sigils? Occasionally.
Yeah.
Constantly? No, although Storm can tell you all about political ones. That
yeah.
it's more of a thing where when you're using a word, remember I was talking about that, you go to your different north, east, west, south,
Right.
And each of those have their own sigil, and it could get quite complicated.
Right. But sigil magic it can be in depth and it can be really complicated, and you can take it as far as you want to take it to. There is
you really can.
There's no limit to that. But
well, sure there is. The size of your writing space.
Right. And yeah, blind spot oracle cards. I'm not familiar with those.
I don't do an awful lot of outside magic. I do a lot of cerebral magic, a lot of manifesting and things like that. But when you start getting into some of the iffy parts of the craft, I leave it alone.
Yeah. Well, there are different things you can do, and it's all about intent and all about putting the energy out there and what the the spell components do is give you a physical representation of what you're doing. Like there's one
The
that
placeholder.
yeah. One that I have used recently is I took a piece of paper, right? Someone was bothering me and they were angry. I wrote their name on it. I took a cheapo Tupperware throwaway thing, filled it with water, and froze it. And that is putting them on ice, chilling them out,
Attaboy.
away from me, right?
Yeah. It
That's
was very, very white magic.
right. And it's
And
not right. That is the name was, it was an evocation and it was an effect. And oh man, it really worked.
it does.
I looked,
It does. You
was a
have
clear,
to.
yeah, it was clear plastic. Hold on, it's clear plastic. And okay, now this is spell work. Okay, water freezes differently when you're using it in spell work, right? The
Yeah.
whole thing froze perfectly clear, not like an ice tray with all the white stuff in it, right? That's air, right? Except right around the paper. It just like had bubbles and white stuff all over, but it was clear, ice glass clear around the edges.
Wow.
It was so like, yep, this is working. I can tell it's working right now.
Now you
But
were fooling around, were you?
nah, and I was like, okay, Samo's got to go. See you later, Samo.
Samo,
Thanks
it's
for
good to
coming
see
by,
you.
man. I'm serious when I say you've been a great contributor to the show. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Talk to you next time. Keep it quantum. And I think, well, there he comes back.
He's
Water,
right. He's right.
yeah, it holds. Yeah, right. Water is. I still have to do the salt crystal experiment. I still have to do that. Oh, he's not leaving.
Oh, you're not gonna. Okay, good.
My bad. He said
Good.
later.
Glad to hear it. I'm glad
Yeah,
to see it.
but I still have to redo that salt crystal because the one thing that was different that I didn't do I didn't even think about it. He left it in the sun. He left it in sunlight on a window ledge. I put it on top of a shelf and it didn't have the same results, right?
Right.
So I need to put it in the sun and get it to where it would.
We're trying to replicate his experiment. You know, it's water does hold memory. If you yell at water, it will hold. It will hold. And very strangely, jagged personality when it's frozen. Whereas if you're very kind and loving towards it, it holds that too.
Yeah, that's
if you're just trying to shut somebody up, go.
Right. Like that water spell that I did.
Yeah.
My intentions were good. I come from a place of compassion. It was clear on the outside. I mean, you could look through it like a piece of glass until the frost went over it, right? You could look through it and it was like looking through even clearer than this. It's clearer than that. But then the closer to the name on the paper you got, the cloudier it got. And that was like, yep, that's a big tell right there. That's a big tell.
Just calm the hostility.
Yep. And my water was clear until it got to that. And I was like, I'm doing something right. So yeah, when like you can I've talked about this. You can do that, but you can do that at home too. Take an ice tray, have 2 ice trays, say mean things to one, say happy things to the other, mean it, and it will, you have to, and you are the interactor, right?
Yeah.
You can't just write words on it and ignore it. You have to have that feeling and impose that feeling on to the ice, onto the water, and then it will reflect that feeling. Quantum link. Okay, I didn't mean this was supposed to be the fun time, Keith. Sorry about that. I wasn't wanting to talk about action figures and Temu and Amazon and all these. Like, I got these.
Are you frozen, Keith? No, you're there. I saw you.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I got these.
Depends on your definition of frozenly suspect.
Right. Like, these things.
He's like, well, what? You know.
These things are popping up all over Amazon, right? And this little. It's supposed to be a dog, but that looks less dog-like and more like fantasy robot creature.
It does, doesn't it?
And I got one of these, and the intention was to do a comparison about quality, right? Well, I didn't buy another one of these because they're cheap, but they're like unbranded in it. They are pretty cool, right? But they're not really playable. You know, I like to play
Are
with
they
my
posable?
They're posable, but they're not like the tail likes to come apart really super easy, right? And it's just a
Yeah.
little. Can you see a little ball and socket or ball and thing? It's not even all the way
That
around.
really strikes me more as the artist model.
Right. That's kind of what it is. And the little pieces. This is from Temu. Okay, this one is from Temu, and I was expecting this to be the bad quality. I was surprised because here are the two Temu guys. Oh, hold on. Okay, I got two of them, and here's one. I think they're called T13 or something. Let me.
Are they from Star Wars?
No, it's generic, right? Let me bring this all the way up, right?
Oh, okay.
I think they're called T13. They're all ball and socket, and they move super, like lots of articulation, like the double jointed elbows, which
They're
is
not
like
loose.
right. I was expecting this to be a bad build. The only problem with these humanoids are this thing, right?
The waist.
The waist does not attach well, and in the waist there's a ball and socket like on that tail. It likes to come apart really easy. I had to go over it with a file like a lot,
Uh-huh.
right? Now this is from Temu, and that's my criticism. They're posable, they're not very playable. They make them in all different colors. I just happen to pull the clear one out,
And
right?
if you're making what do they call it? Oh, gosh. Diorama. You
Right.
know, something like that. You know, if you were able to dress it, say you were putting a medieval diorama,
Right. I
you
would
could
be
you could adjust him to look like maybe a knight in shining armor
right. All
or
that stuff.
something like that. Yeah.
You can get supplementary kits for all that. And then now that was my criticism of the Timu guy, right? Hold on.
Huh.
This is one of the Amazon guys. Okay, sorry. This is one of the Amazon guys. He has a lot more problems. Like, okay, it was supposed to be 3D printed. This is not 3D printed. Okay, not at all. And not only does I had to almost drill, same waist problem, right?
Right.
See that little gap right there? Same problem. It doesn't want to stay in there.
Well, it's not built correctly.
It wasn't right. Yeah, and like these little pieces, I bought a 5-pack of these or 4. I don't remember. I only took 2 of them out of the box. But
Uh-huh.
these little pieces, they like to fall off. And the Timu guys didn't have any problem. These were pre-made. Everything was made. Look at the big mold mark on that thing, right?
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
happy. I'm not liking that, right? But I'm going to do a whole video comparing
So this one was from where?
Amazon,
Okay.
and it was pre-made. Well, you could see like that little that's not supposed to be. That's supposed to be all the way on, and it won't stay down. It keeps working its way out,
Mm-hmm.
and like it just I was
It's not
expecting.
articulated right.
Well, it's molded incorrectly. It's
Mm-hmm.
too small. The other side fits great, but this side won't stay down, and it's nothing I did. Now they're great. They look great. They must be really, really cheap and easy to make. I'll go ahead and take myself off the screen now. They must be really super easy to make because these are all over all the store websites. This
Uh-huh.
is like, I'm gonna say it here. This is the P Diddy of the fucking toy land right now, and they're all bad. No,
It's
they're
all
not.
falling apart, huh?
The Timu one, yeah, and the joints are super loose. You know, they seem to stay. This is the best one, right? This is
Oh
the best of,
man.
and the other two or three, they just were like all loosey. Like this one, actually, you can see a little bit of wiggle there.
Well, you know what I have noticed is
Hmm.
where different drop shippers, I guess might be the best way to put it, are taking Timu items and marking them up and selling them on Amazon.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of that.
yeah, I can show you exactly what that is, right? I can show you exact. And now these things, they're not bad, but it's very hit or miss. And the ones I got from Timu were in a big mold tree, right? They were in a big model tree, and I had to trim and take them all apart. However,
Well, so you had to construct by yourself.
right, and I will go ahead and show you. Yeah, here we go. Let me just bring this up. Now they're cool, but they're so hit or miss, right? They're so hit or
Yeah.
miss. You got the ones with the dragon wings, and you got some
When you
with.
think about it, not much of a shock in today's world.
Mm-hmm. They're super easy to
Unfortunately.
make. They're super easy to make. They're super easy to move. And I did, like, if I say just posable action figures, these are all over, and they don't even go. They supersede all the name brand stuff, like T13, T13. And you see, you got the ones there. Some of them are assembled, some of them are not. I can tell you, get the non-assembled ones. If you're gonna get these, they're fun looking, and they are super posable, but yeah, get the Timu ones because they're just higher quality. The joints fit together better. Yeah, see, here's a name brand in the middle of non-name brands, and here are, I think these are knockoff uh Midnight at Bernie's or something. That game. Yeah, that, right. Overnight. It's a where all the Chuck E. Cheese things come alive and start murdering everybody. It's like that's a game. Oh man. And like here's one with the dog, right? And that's cool. They look good. But Five Nights at Freddy's, that's it. What did I say?
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's, what it was.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah. But this thing
That's
is
from Storm. I don't know these things.
right. Five Nights at Freddy's. Thanks, Storm. And the joint quality is not that great on the Amazon ones. So I will go ahead and whoops, stop sharing that. But yeah, I need to find the other controller for this thing. But check it out. I got this, and the legs go up and down, and they rotate all the way around, but of course they knock into the other one if you go the other too far. And it's a drifter. It works. It works ironically great on concrete sidewalks and carpet, but not so good on hard floors because it just slides all over the place, right? And it's hard to control. And there's enough resistance in here, like once it's on carpet or cement, that it will stop becoming so unstable that you can actually tell it to go forward and backward and left turn, right turn, etc. Right? It's
So
really
it's better on the carpet, or
better on
it
carpet.
has more traction that way.
Yeah, because it's got so little resistance on a hardwood floor, right? It just goes all over the place. And I was looking at the killer dog robot, looking for a knockoff so I could have like my own AI buddy dog. This is not that one, okay? This one is not that one. But it's I'm really looking for an AI like this one, and those are really expensive. This one has, see those 3 black dots on the front, right? Those are object detection. They're ultrasonic. It's got ultrasonic on it. So that is actually a sensor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this one happens to be USB rechargeable. The couple of the other ones, right? Some are AA's, some are USB, but they all work the same way.
Nathan, I'm going to put myself on mute for a moment. I'm going to duck out for about 2 minutes. I need to take some medication.
Okay.
All right.
No problem. Okay, Keith, you look like you're working on something model-esque.
I am.
Got there?
This is a figure it's the one that I was looking for, actually. It's actually the primary antagonist in a short story I wrote a long time ago, which, as soon as I get this thing done, will be going to print. Because the story itself is already written.
Mm-hmm.
As it turns out, it's actually tied to the Elderbachian Chronicles. It's just I forgot I wrote it.
Oh, I love looking through my own archives. I forget what I've done. Same. I forget what I've done.
When I stumbled across it, I realized there was a whole other ballgame I'm working on, because this particular figure will end up in book 8. This particular story will end up in book 8. But it gave me an entire new line of thinking.
Okay.
So I just boiled down to, I figured I was sitting here, I might as well get it done.
Right.
Because it's the only thing stopping the story from going to print.
Well, do you mind if you hold it up again for us so we didn't get it really
No. Just gotta make sure I don't actually get any ink on or any paint on me.
Right. That's a neat one.
Yeah, I've got to go get myself a new one. Like, I've got to get myself another blank.
Another blank one. Where are they for sale at?
In my city, I go to Quantum Games. Of course, that's up in Kelowna. In Kelowna, BC, Canada. I do not actually go, I don't go online and buy anything.
Right.
I mean, heck, I can't find a local menu online, so that pretty much eliminates a lot.
Well, what kind of, is it got a name brand or somebody you'd like to throw out there in case?
Honestly, I have no idea what the name brand was.
Okay.
I don't know. You got to realize, I've got, that was close. I've got in excess of 500 figures.
Yeah.
This just happens to be one that I knew I had, and I just got lost. The really funny part is that shows up when I hold it up there. It shows up as orange. It's actually red.
I
Unless
see
my
red.
eyes are completely screwballed.
Well, hold it up again because I see red. Over to your right just a little bit. There you go.
See,
It looks red to me. It might be your display settings.
it also might be my eyesight.
Could be.
Well,
But
it turns out I have some trouble seeing yellow.
okay. Well, that's a neat one. I like that one. That's cool. I don't do, I don't like things that
But
are statues. Huh?
this will give you an idea. This is the critic. This is a standard-sized human.
Okay, over to the right a little more. To your
Now,
right.
where are we? Up there.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like 12 feet tall? 12, 13
Bingo.
feet tall?
Yeah.
Okay. Neat.
But when I came across it, he actually wrote the story around him.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm looking at it going, okay. But it added a whole new dimension, because what it means is I can go into the Elderbachian Chronicles, pull out certain chapters, and pop them into short stories, complete with the figures as I go.
Right.
Storm said that you were concerned about the orange color. Cameras pick up orange as bright red or pink.
Oh, problem is reverse. The thing's painted red, but to me it shows up orange on the monitor.
Yeah, my monitor is showing me bright red.
Okay, like I said, it may not be the monitor; it may be me.
Yeah, it's like that's my red stapler. It's very red. It comes up as red to me. What do you see, Keith?
Yeah, I'm seeing red.
Because I see orange.
Okay. Could be on your display settings or something. I don't, or your eyes, like you said. I don't know.
I gave up worrying about it.
It's weird because
who cares?
I screwed around and tried to find a red that works in this genre, and I wasn't finding it. And I saw another YouTube video. Can't think of who was doing it. It was one of the girls that do the older style makeups. And Marilyn Monroe used orange so that she was seen on camera.
Yeah, well, but yeah. Keith, I still see your display back there, and it's still a giant robot.
Oh yeah, once you pointed it out, I can see what you see as a robot.
You can't unsee it.
I haven't been able to get. I've still got the picture, right? But I have the picture that I drew, but I haven't been able to get. I need to retune my computer to Tinkercad so I can make the toy. Because I want to send you one. I want to send you your robot, that guy right there.
Yeah.
It looks like a little bird thing that has a big set of eyes or a big goggles.
The 4 cases that it is setting on looks like giant treads or big legs. And
yeah, once you pointed out, it was pretty black and white.
Yeah, one side, the on-air side, I'm going to bring it up because that's just too cool. The on-air looks like some kind of sensor or hammer, and the other side looks like one of those things that shoots lightning bolts. The round thing, it's like one of those Tesla coil things that shoots lightning bolts.
Yeah, that round thing happens to be a globe.
Right. And the top of it looks like a robot's head, like one of these, like.
Yeah. What the heck was it?
Yeah.
There was a robot. There was a movie about a robot, and I forget what the heck it was called. But yeah,
iRobot.
That'd be it.
Was it iRobot or was it Wall-E? because
I think Wall-E is actually more accurate, but
he has the and there's also Short Circuit. He has like just a big version of Wall-E. They all look like this. All
yeah.
those movie robots look like that.
You know what the comical part is?
Hmm.
That setup there is actually a Bowie knife.
I
It's
know.
it's a Bowie on a stand.
I know. You told me about it. I was like, wait a minute. It looks like a robot head.
I won't argue that
love it.
point.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I need to retune my computer, go through the settings and stuff because I've been through 2 computers since I went to Tinkercad last, unfortunately, and neither one of them are set up for it. But yeah, that's pretty much my fun stuff show. I mean, I showed you, Keith. Did you see this thing? Let me bring it back up here. I'm gonna set this up at my sister's. It's a 10-foot inflatable alien.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
And he's holding a cow. So I'm gonna take this over to my sister's house. I'm not allowed to have any kind of decorations outside. Oh well, but that's okay. But I got that, and it's inflatable, and I think it has one of those little pump. Yeah, it's got a little pump or something.
It's got to have a pump, yeah, to stay up.
And it says it's got like plastic stakes, metal stakes. It says button, but what kind of button is that? That's a latch, right? And it's got rope and a water bag. I don't know why the water bag is there.
Let's hold it down.
Okay. The water bag will be weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose you could use bricks, but water is quite heavy.
Yeah.
Well, water also won't cut the fabric of the item.
Right. But it's 10 foot tall, and it was super cheap to get because I want to get the 12-foot tall skeleton, but that's a little pricey. Those are a little pricey, so I went with the.
Yeah, they're all at the Smithsonian.
Yeah. Under the museum.
Yeah. Thanks, Aussie. I appreciate it.
But yeah, and I'm trying to go over what
Mini Diddy. Oh Lord.
Oh, Mini Diddy. That was in response to the joke of they're all over all the storefronts. These guys are all over all the storefronts, and you do action figure, and they're all over the place, just like that news of that guy. And
yeah.
While it is a travesty and a tragedy that it has happened, it's being used as a convenient distraction from all this other stuff that they don't want you to think about. And I'm not going to get into that because all it does is raise my blood pressure, and I don't want that either.
And you're right. It's just a distraction away from what now?
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know what they're doing. It could be on a number of different topics.
Well, yeah, but let's face it, they have known what they were doing for centuries.
Yeah, I mean, people wonder why I love talking about aliens. Look at real life. How can I beat that with weirdness? At least those guys aren't trying to kill me. Huh, Keith?
They're much more efficient at it. If they were trying, the problem would be solved.
Right, but they actually picked up I call the government, they won't pick up the phone. I call them. One guy picked up, and he was really nice. That was a really nice guy. That was a really nice guy that time.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to the human.
How did you get my number? Thanks, Aussie. Yes, if you're here, please like and subscribe. Your Quanto. We still do toys and fun times. We still do toys and fun times.
If we can't have fun as adults, what do we have to look forward to, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I love Christmas with my kids because, well, it was Christmas and they got toys
Yeah.
and nice
yeah.
ones.
See, I learned to enjoy Christmas and that sort of thing by what other people got.
Hmm.
As my father put it, I knew what was under the tree before he did,
Oh,
which made it a little complicated.
I got to help wrap up presents. And I was the
yeah.
oldest. I knew that Santa was a fiction. And,
That's the funny part.
Well,
If you think about it, a really fat guy that runs around all year and crawls down chimneys might be a little overstated, but the reality of it is he has a very big impact, and thereby, by the belief, makes him real. Besides that, he was based on a real person in the first place.
yes,
right.
he was very
Yeah.
much so. And
Hence, manifestation. I mean, he's been in Doctor Who. You got to be real if you're in Doctor Who. I
that's
mean,
right. My
he's been in
God.
Doctor Who several times. I
You
love
know,
that. Huh?
the whole Santa Claus phenomenon came out from Saint Nicholas. They do know where the grave is, and he provided a gold coin for 3 young girls whose father had decided that since he couldn't give them a dowry, to sell them into prostitution. And they were righteous young women, and he didn't want to see that happen to them. So they had their stockings hung by the chimney, because they had to dry their stockings for the day, wash them out, and hang them up to dry. And he put the gold coin in each one of their stockings, and prevented their lives being ruined in this way.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, he's my favorite patron saint.
Now, I look at it this way. People talk about whether he's real or not. And yet, December 25th, 1918, I think, the people on the front lines during World War One, without any provocation, without any order, they all put down their weapons, crossed no man's land, and sang Christmas songs, Christmas carols, all based around the whole idea. What I never understood was why go back to shooting. But the reality of it, of what he represents, it's a little hard to deny that around the world, people seem to try to be a little nicer to each other at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
know,
the armistice of.
I mean, realistically, when was the last time that Santa Claus was the backbone of any war?
Never.
Aside from under the Christmas tree and what the kids are getting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The whole business of that has become quite larger than life.
Are you still talking about Santa Claus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about World War.
Well, people have talked about, people talk about thought forms becoming a physical form. And if you take that into consideration, on top of the fact that the celebratory side of it, okay, my understanding is that an interesting little chap by the name of Saint Christopher, or right, well, in all fairness, it was, from what I gather, Klaus. But he did, from my understanding, about 400 years ago, did go around passing out toys. And then it carried on. Now, I'm not debating where the other side of it originated, Because let's face it, I don't research. But I do look at the positive side effect of what it's done. Now, I am not into the material side of it. But the joy that it seems to bring and that it seems to encourage is certainly well worth it. At least in my eyes.
Yeah, a positive manifestation of a happy character. I am all for that.
Yeah. You know, I wish there were more of it.
Yeah.
But the Santa Claus evolution, you know, began that way, but has taken up a number of different stories and different occurrences that are quite real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I was a little kid, I could have swore I looked. It was probably a UFO. Okay, but we had this window over by our kitchen, and we called it the big house, right? And I would look out this window, and you had a really good, clear view of the sky and this cliff top building area, right? Well, I saw what looked like to my 4 or 5-year old self looked like a glowing sleigh, but it was probably a UFO. Okay,
Well,
but
yeah,
it looked to me,
likelihood it was.
huh?
Likelihood it was, but you look at it, and let's just go with the idea that it started off from a negative. It's one of the few times when a negative occurrence has yielded an absolutely brilliant positive occurrence. Even if you take, and especially if you take the materialistic side of Christmas out of the equation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because in the same section of sky, I legit saw some UFOs, and I thought I was just. This is before the head wound, so anything before the head wound is like to be examined. But there was something going on, and I need to go over there and just. I can't get in the window again because, well, we don't own the house anymore. But I could.
Well, you could get in the window, but you gotta be a lot quicker about it.
Right. Oh yeah, Sam.
How does 5 to 10 sound to you?
Big house, usually that's a prison. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the vertical bar scene myself.
No, I don't look good in orange.
Yeah.
You just got the wrong shade.
Dude, maybe I ate something that day. Hey,
that's better than eating someone that day.
History around Halloween. Ooh.
It's not tonight, y'all.
And another night when I have some notes and I don't forget half of my thoughts.
And we're not at the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Because,
are we at 2? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Did we blow through 2 hours?
Yep. We sure
wow.
did.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rachel. Well, Nathan and I will talk about a Halloween show in the future here, because we've got a few weeks to plan that.
Yeah, and I wanted to do a Halloween show anyway. I didn't last year because let's be honest. So many of us little YouTubers do Halloween shows.
Yeah.
But you know what? They aren't the Quantum Show. We see things quite a bit different.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. Oh, and also, I will plan on that. And the last
why not?
little bit of toy stuff I want to say is this is the instructions that came with those action figures, right?
Uh-huh.
Let me get myself big here. This is the one from Temu. Okay. It says Lucky 13. And this is the dog assembly manual. Okay. This is the dog one. I should get the other one out. Not important, okay?
Could you read that?
Well, on a big screen you can read it.
Could you understand it?
I looked at the pictures, and no, I didn't
Oh
understand.
my God!
And here is the
You're lucky you didn't come up with a dinosaur or something.
Yeah, look. Here's the. It looks like a dinosaur, but here's the Amazon version, and this is different than the other one because the other you can't see it. It didn't. The other one that I picked out, that the Temu one, did not have the arm. Right, the arm instructions, and I had to look at the box to figure that out. And so Temu wins in quality, but Amazon wins in documentation. Though you have to have a magnifying glass to identify these damn tiny pieces pictured on this damn tiny thing. And on the back, see, I had fun not reading that, right?
Well, it's an interesting documentation, but pretty much hooped.
Yeah, I was like, what? What is it? Lucky 13 means knockoff, and the
The
Amazon,
13 pieces, what?
I don't know, just pop culture, like 13 flavors or something. But yeah, the Temu guys are so much better quality than the Amazon guys. The Amazon pre-assembled made it. They said they were 3D printed. No, they were molded. Maybe I don't know why they're even saying they're 3D printed, but whatever. Okay.
They come out of 3D printer, that's why.
You think about it. You talk about it being 3D printed. It's new. It'll sell better.
Yeah.
Buzzwords. And though,
who's gonna know?
Yeah, 2 out of 5. Well, I'm like one of the only ones.
You'll know. I'll know, but most people won't.
Yeah, all right. So 2 out of 5 were okay, but the 2 that I showed you,
right?
One was Amazon, one was Temu, the other ones are over here, right? And they're just a little bit of a weird scale because let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna do this because here he is on a motorcycle. He's a little bit big for the motorcycle, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Not if you knew my brother.
So why is it a dirt bike or what?
He's a little bit big for the motorcycle, right? That is a 3 and like a 4-inch, and these guys are 5 inches. It looks like a mini bike racer with this dude, but he's smaller than the 6-inch figures. Temu, you can't have your own scale yet. You're not that cool. You can't have. He's a black and white.
Oh no, they can. They describe red as brown, and I mean they don't have any clue how to describe things in English. Most of them.
Well, apparently they can have it. By the way,
of course, it's gonna fall over.
If they obviously are taking poetic license, huh, Keith?
Well, I'm just thinking it's there, therefore they can have it.
Yeah, definitely display purposes only.
Yeah. No kidding.
But okay, y'all. It has been the Quantum Panel. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Lynn, for coming on and dealing with my nonsense here, talking about toys and robots.
I like toys.
My really wanting to have AI buddy. Did y'all see the AI show I did last week? The first hour? I know you did, Lynn.
Myself, I don't. Of course, I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I look at AI and go, it's great to develop AI, but can we try and artificial intelligence? But can we redevelop real common sense?
Right. I hear you.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, Keith, please go, because I consulted with the new Copilot AI about talking, and I didn't ask leading questions. I asked it. I was as give me your information without, like it's kind of like asking subliminal questions. You ask the question, and it puts the idea first into the form of it's like a loaded question,
You were pretty specific about what you wanted to know.
right? And though I still have some experimentation to do, but it
Oh
was
yeah, well, the whole catch there is I don't have a problem with AI itself. I have a problem with people not actually utilizing their own brain instead.
right. I agree. I totally agree. And well, we are in the right crowd because we use our brain. Our gray matter is all fired up most of the time.
Yeah. Heck, if
Okay,
we're not talking about it, we're dreaming about it. So.
right. Oh God, the dreams I've had. My subconscious has been talking to me, but that's another show. Lots of dealings with scissors, right? Lots of dealings with scissors.
Write them down.
I made videos. By the time I find my pen and get my pen and paper, it's already fading away. So I just grab my phone, click, and I'm in a video. So
Yeah. There you
that
go.
was
That
a
would
lot
work.
easier. But yeah. Keith, if you get a chance, it's not a visual video. It's all, like this, like a podcast. Go, if you get a chance, please check out my AI video in regards to alien contact, right? And by the way, the AI, the Copilot, doesn't have any more information than the Muggles do. It's all pop culture based. So,
Which
anyway,
kind of eliminates the idea of it being AI.
right.
Of course, I'm used to dealing with intelligent robots.
There's a way around that. I'll get into it in another show. But anyway, thanks everybody. This has been the Quantum Panel. This has been fun. It's been over 2 hours, and I end up saying bye for like 7 or 8 minutes every show.
And special thank you to the show's moderators, and of course our chat people and those who listen. Without you, we don't have a show. So we sure appreciate your attendance and your questions. I mean, they're usually very, very intelligent. So keep them coming.
Yep, and it's all quantum here. You guys make the show, and your feedback and your ideas and your thoughts are all looked at. But if you come to me at the end of the show with like a big topic, I can't take it. It's the end of the show.
No, we'll do it another show. That's all.
Another show. And I want to do the Halloween show. So we are pushing buttons. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm starting to get tired. Keith, I know you're tired. And
I have it, I've been on. I did grab half an hour's nap before I came on, but then I was only working on 2 hours of sleep from this morning.
Right.
We love you all too.
Thanks everybody. Talk to you later. And
thanks, Demo. Thanks, Aussie.
Thanks everybody. And
thanks, Storm.
Yep. Boss has spoken. He's keeping me on track, pushing buttons. Talk to y'all later. Keeping it quantum. Out of here.
What's up?
Bye-bye.